Hello everyone. Today I have a two-part exercise for us to explore a little bit as we journal together through this coronavirus moment in our lives, because in the grand scheme of things, it really is a moment that feels like an eternity, stretching. But anyway, I wanted to talk to you about the value of journaling from a different perspective. So I know I talked before about writing on a computer if you want to password protect your stuff, and the importance of protecting your thoughts. Because when you feel that sense of ease in writing and not censoring and just letting everything out, that's when journaling is effective. But if you're really careful about what you say, then it's not going to be as therapeutic and as effective. That makes sense, right? So one of the things that I wanted to encourage you to do is to find a way that you can do both, that you can keep what you write protected, but you can retrieve it in the future. And the reason that's so important is because you can look back to what you wrote throughout this coronavirus thing, right? You can see where you were, what you overcame, and it's just a beautiful thing when you can look back and see how much you've grown, what challenges you faced and how you handled them. It's really powerful because the more you pick that up, the more self-aware you become. And the more self-aware you become, the more confident you become. It's a beautiful cycle, and it happens when you have reflection time. So I just really wanted to make you aware of that. And one of the other benefits of keeping a safe journal is that you can then remove yourself, give yourself, if it's a heavy topic that you wrote about, it's good to take a few days to let that kind of sit. You let it out, it's where it needs to be, let it sit. Then come back to it as if you were looking at a friend's problem. I know that sometimes I'm baffled how easily I can offer advice to a friend, because to me it's black and white, where to my friend who's in the emotional minutia of it, right, knee deep into a situation, it's very difficult. It's difficult for me to see things as they're transpiring. And we have this gift to be able to be removed from that. You can use that gift as a tool to look at what you wrote, something that you want to figure out, something that you want to learn and grow from, and see if this was a friend's problem. What would I offer? How would I approach this situation? And it's a wonderful tool to be able to then mark it in your mind on paper, and then try that approach the next time. I think there's also something good about journaling and putting things on paper or on the screen that makes it more concrete, instead of making a mental note, which is hard if you file that away. Sometimes it's hard to retrieve it, especially if you haven't contemplated it, if you haven't looked at it, seen a pattern. And it's likely to repeat. So I wanted to offer that to you. So as you go through this on your own, you can kind of use this to your best advantage. It's a very powerful tool. So what I'd like to kind of do today, switching a little bit to a more positive example and exercise, is the idea that we have an opportunity sitting in this space to think about how we see ourselves coming out of this, right? And so I think today I would like to further encourage myself and write a letter to myself as the person that comes to the other side of this, and just let her know how proud I am of her, in your case of her or him, for all of the things that they did to take advantage of this precious time that we have to be of help to our family. What would you How would you like to congratulate and to acknowledge your future self in a few weeks' time? What would you say to her that she or he did well? I'd like to take that time now just to see what comes up, what transpires for me. Then I invite you to join me for 5 minutes and enjoy this time together. I hope that you are enjoying it. And if you are, I'd invite you to share this with someone that you care about or would like to have use this tool. Sharing is caring, and that's the reason why we're doing this, right? Okay, we're going to start. Get comfortable in your chair. Think about what you're going to write, or don't. I shouldn't have said that. Just go with the flow. Go with what calls you. Ready? 5 minutes. Here we go.